yeah, oh yeah. I fight authority. And you know what? Actually, I quit fighting authority because I don't believe in it. So therefore, why do you fight it? Why fight it if you don't believe in it? Why are you fighting imaginary creatures or monsters or whatever the hell you want to call it? Guess what? Y'all are listening to Grammy Mary, and this is Grammy's Rocket Chair here on a Wackadoodle Wednesday, February the 24th. It is the last Wednesday of the month. Woohoo! Wacky Weed Wednesday, Wackadoodle Wednesday, however you want to call that. I prefer the wacka, but that's just me. And I am on World Truth Radio and RealLibertyMedia.com channel 3. A 1, a 2, a 3. It's a Tootsie Roll, Tootsie Pop. Oh, God, remember when those things actually took more than 3 licks to get to the Tootsie Roll Center? That was a long time ago. Oh, well, I am also on the WorldTruth.org Spreaker channel, just to put that out there. And hey there, hi there, ho there, everyone. And to the Anon person that welcomed us over onto the Anon Spreaker channel, I haven't gotten there yet. Sorry, darling. I probably ought to pull my head out. There's a lot of things I just plain haven't gotten to lately because shit happens. You know how that works? I mean, every time I turn around, I have all of these wonderful plans, have all of these ideas of how I'm going to get all this shit done. And then life says, guess what? You made reservations. You even paid for those reservations. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to throw this kink in the mix just because I can. Oh, hey, Vince, I was doing the chair boogie because I have a kitty cat on my lap, so it's and she really didn't mind. I mean, she just kind of sat there and looked at me like, really? Seriously? Okay, let's see. Who do I have here this evening? I see Rob Works is over here on World Truth. Hey, there's Mary B and Bubs and D Cheatwood. And I'm not real sure who else is over here on World Truth. There's an awful lot of people that have been chiming in on the little quickie that I did earlier today. No, Grim, it wasn't a Poontang quickie. It's just a little quickie blog that I did. Just because I have been getting asked the same question over and over and over and over for, it seems like, forever. At least once a week, somebody asks me, and I'll get to that here in a bit. But I got to say hey to everybody. Oh, excuse me. Not bad manners. Just good supper. Okay, I got to say hey over here to, well, thank you ever so much, Demon Atrax. I need a round tit. Life is kinky. That's what's fun about it. Something may as well be kinky. Shit. My life is boring. Okay, no, it's not boring, but it is rather sedate out here in Booneyville. Oh well. Over here in the RLM, right there on top is Mr. Asmo again. Asmo. I don't know how you do it, darling, but you're going to have to tell me one of these days. I also see Barman is here. Hey there, darling. How you doing? I hope you're having a splendiferous evening, and I hope the patrons aren't giving you too much grief. And you know what? If they start giving you static, mix their drinks a little bit weaker. That'll learn them. I also see the lovely Beth Z is over here, as well as my favoriteest heavy breather in the whole wide world.
Hi, Darth Romes. I'm not your mother.
Although I've been accused of being a mother a time or two, and not in the nice way. Just saying. I also see Grimner is here, who is the creator of RLM and Barman's boss. Grimner is like a god to Barman, which, I think Barman is somewhat godlike. And so, gosh, what does that make Grimmy? Dang, Don't expect me to bow down, darling. No, last time I bowed down, somebody kicked me in the ass. I also see the lovely Moose Girl is here, as well as the lovely Kate. And looky there, Free Enslaved is here, sweetheart, seriously. Peppermint oil is awesome for headaches. It really is. And wintergreen, oh, wow, yeah, it's amazing. Especially, I put wintergreen on my knee, the one that got the kneecap got knocked off to the side. Yeah, that helps a bunch with the little ache that I get in there when the weather starts changing. Yeah, my knee starts telling me, guess what? The weather's going to change. You know, that's the wonderful thing about getting older and having all those bumps and bruises from when you were younger and, you know, when you thought you would live forever and you didn't have to take care of yourself. Or you thought, I'm not going to live that long, so I don't have to take care of myself, however you wanted to look at it. But, yeah. Moist vagina. Ah, thanks, Darth. Oh, you are a sick man. Tokers sleep tonight. You know, all I have to do is one toke over the line and I am out like a light. So, okay, carry on. I also see IB Don C is over here, as well as Java Doctor 2, the new and improved version. And I have heard there is marijuana infused coffee, which I would really need. Because, yeah, because marijuana puts me to sleep, and, well, no, wait a minute, because caffeine puts me to sleep, too, because I got a really weird metabolism. Yeah, Grim the Almighty. Yummy, 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 yeah. Oh, you want the Bob and Neil, huh? Or the Neil and Bob? Who are Neil and Bob? That sounds kind of sick and wrong, bro. Okay. Oh, you have Tiger Balm? Oh, cool. Awesome. I have some Emu Balm that is really pretty good for muscle aches and pains. And I also have some other stuff with my essential oils that is absolutely amazing for muscle aches. What? That is true. Oh, clove oils are awesome. You know, and clove oils are absolutely amazing for like toothache and stuff. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. You know, you can make your own toothpaste with clove oil. A little bit of water, a little bit of baking soda, drop of clove oil. That is ever so good for the, for the gingiva and the dentition. Yeah, see, I used to work for a dentist, so I know those terms. Okay, what's it? That is true, Demon Atrax. Everyone has to die of something, you know, and I would hate to go out completely healthy and then just keel over dead. That would totally suck. Okay, back to what I was doing. What the hell was I doing anyway? Oh, I see. Juana Taco is here. Yes, please. Thank you very much. I have been jonesing for a taco, but there ain't no place where I live that has them. So, 420? Yes, please. Thank you very much. Wow. My brain is just going, ding, ding, ding. It's like a pinball machine in there right now. Yeah, good thing you can't see it because I have tilt going across my forehead right now. I also see Beetle. How you doing, darling? Hope you're having an awesome day. I saw you had a birthday. Happy birthday, Beetle. Ooh. I also see Chalcedonia's here. They were sharing some awesome things earlier today in the RLM chat. At least a few times I got to peek in there and play a little bit. And looky there, Demon Atrax is here. We always have to have the demonic show up. You know, because, well, they add a little zippity to our doodah. Yeehaw. And Goy is here. Just plain Goy. Wow. Okay. Hey, Goy. How you doing? Smoke prayers? Ami, ami, ami. Yeah. Oh, hey, and there's me. I'm be-tending like I'm token. Because, well, that's about all I can do is be-tend right now. I see IB Doncy work is at least showing up in the little list on the side. And Meisterbro! Party! Dude! What's that about a kimono? Or is that a what? Kimosabi. Kimosabi. You've had the infused coffee? Is it good? Does it knock your ass out? It would knock my ass out because caffeine does that to me. Ow. My headphones are tight tonight. And no, it's not because my head is swelled. It's because I forgot to take my earrings out. And so, yeah. Pinching. Pinching. I was actually all gussied today. I don't know what. Well, I wore a nice shirt. That's gussied for me. Oh, and earrings. I wore a nice shirt and earrings and put my hair up. So that's gussied for me. No makeup. I don't wear makeup. Although my daughter did tell me for her wedding, I have to wear makeup. I said, why? Do you want pictures of me looking like a raccoon? Because I'm one of those people, I cry at weddings. And I'm going to be crying for Josh because it's like, really? Dude, seriously. Have you seen someone about that? You're marrying my daughter. She's crazy, you know. She's like her mother. Take a look. This is what she's going to be like in 30 years. Uh-huh. Whee! Okay, I also see Oslo is here. And hey, PB is away. Does that mean the PB and J? Your name needs to be PB and J, hun. That would just be so much easier for me. Oh, Sugar is here. Well, give me some sugar. Sugar. I'm horrible, and I like it. And finally, to round out the crew, the one, the only, the Vinzy. Vinzy. Okay. Thank you, Grammy, for posting me over on World Truth. And thank you, Barman, for posting me over on Twitter. Yeah. Guess what? I retweeted already because, yeah, I'm an overachiever. Yeah, I am. I did that while John Cougar was playing. See, I remember him when he was John Cougar, before he threw in the Mellencamp thing, because he thought he had to have 3 names. And then he got rid of the Cougar, which I thought was the cool part. See how he works. I actually got to see him in my hometown when he was still John Cougar. So, there you go. Let me see. I got one thing over here on Fakebook that I got to share real quick because, well, I saw it this morning and I thought, yeah. Oh, yeah, I really, really like this. I really, really do. So here you go. This is a meme that I saw that I shared because that's what I do. You torment yourself wondering how they could not love your burning heart. And the answer, darling, you are not the star you thought you were. You are the fucking universe, and not everybody is an astronaut. Okay? Okay, there's the F-bomb, 16 minutes in, minus the song, so probably about 13 minutes in. But hey, I'm an overachiever because it's a Wackadoodle Wednesday, and I had to get it out there right off the bat. Okay, checking my Twitter. Oh, that sounds really kinky. Oh, hey, Doug. Doug Licker's having tacos tonight. Imagine that. Doug, is that your real last name? I'm curious. That's all there is to it. Okay. I wrote a blog earlier today. Yeah. And it was basically because I got tired of getting asked this question. And actually, I'm not tired of getting asked this question, but I thought, okay, I'll just write a blog real fast because, I write such long blogs. Okay, I can. I have been known to. I do have some out there in the Ethernet somewhere that are quite lengthy. And they were very lengthy and said a whole hell of a lot of nothing. But, I can do that too. In any case, this is, in case you're wondering, and the subtitle is, Don't Lose Yourself, because, if you're wondering, then you might be wandering, and I have a tendency to get lost when I wander. So I just thought I would tell everybody else, don't do that. Because although it can be quite entertaining, nice little adventure, but if there's a little bird coming along eating your breadcrumbs that you left a trail of, you're fucked. Just saying. Okay, so I've been asked, why do you have WT? And why do you put up with the arseholes? Yeah, I get that asked quite a lot. And so here is my answer. The answer to be all end all of answers, at least today. I don't provide this site as a wonderful place to only see what you want to see or to shield anyone from the ugliness of the world. but as a place to meet others. See that there is ugly and learn to deal with that ugly in a constructive manner without expecting someone in authority to swoop in and make the arseholes disappear. Mainly because one day I may be labeled the arsehole and will be disappeared. So, that was pretty much it. That was the extent of the story. So carry on with your scrolling or whatever the hell it is you're doing. But, I get people asking me or telling me, if we want to be competition for fake book, or if we want to do this, or if we want to do that. And I keep thinking, if is a pretty big freaking word for only 2 letters. And I don't want to be another Facebook. I don't want WT to be another Facebook. I don't want it to be competition for Facebook. I want it to be something out there where you can go, you know what, you don't have to go to Facebook to be able to socialize with people. And you don't have to be a big monstrosity that's got all these frickin' Nazis all over it. And I don't mean Nazis as in German Nazis. I mean Nazis as in overly butt-puckered, correct-nick Nazis that are going around going, you said something that's offensive. Offensive. If you're off the fence, fine. Quit sitting on the fence because you become a pain in the ass when you sit on the fence. I want WT to basically just be a place where you can go and just, if you want to bicker, bicker. If you don't want to bicker, don't bicker. If you want to share shit, share shit. If you want to share fun stuff, share fun stuff. I don't care. I really don't. I mean, it's a place to just go and kick back and relax and laugh at the other inmates. Because basically, although we do joke around about being exiled to the dork table, I really do think the whole site is just a bunch of people that belong at the dork table. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's actually quite fun being at the dork table because you can act like a dork and everybody else goes, dude, how'd you do that? Shit, I'm going to try that shit. That looks like fun. Why not? Why not? Why does everybody have to be so frickin' prim and proper all the time? Why does everybody have to go around thumping their chest and going, I know, I'm smart, I know. I know an awful lot of shit. And every time I think I know something, I see something else, I find something else out and realize that I didn't know dick. So, why go around thinking that you're a know-it-all? Why go around acting like you're a know-it-all? Because somebody's going to come up with something and go, booyah, you don't know dick. No, you don't. So, why can't, what? What? Oh. You believe that's a version you have? What's that? Oh, okay. I'm mix and butt. Who's a mix and butt? Butt mix. Ooh, a butt mixer? That could be fun. Or not. I'm trying to catch up here. On the chat over here. Let's see. Coffee wasn't the best or the strongest. Disappointed. In the Girl Scout cookie infused what? Okay. Now, I do have a vape. Okay. You need a butt mix. Okay. I'm catching up on the Demon Atrax and Grimmy chat because, wow, okay. And you know what, Demon? I haven't read any manuals yet. And that's one of those things where everybody tells me, you should read the manual first. Really? Why? Because it works. I don't read the manual until I run into a snag. And then I go, fuck, why doesn't that work? Shit, probably ought to read the manual. They say that's a guy thing. No, that's a people thing. There's an awful lot of people in this world that just they see that manual. When you get when I got my riding mower, when it wouldn't start one time, it was like, to hell, where's that manual? That's the only time I looked at it. And to find out, okay, this is the kind of oil you're supposed to use, because yada, 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 yada. But got privilege? No, I do not. I am not privileged. I'm just me. Hey, hey, I see Snow White sticking her tongue out and flipping everybody off. Thank you, Snow. I think I'm number one as well. FDA now officially belongs to Big Pharma. Well, thank you, Penny. I think I'll just go check that out right now. It's official. It is official here, peeps. This is from alternate.org. The FDA now officially belongs to Big Pharma, as opposed to, just, oh, loosen up your tinfoil hat. We do not. No, we're not in cahoots or nothing. It is hard to believe only 4 senators opposed the confirmation of Robert Califf, who was approved today as the next FDA commissioner. Vocal opponent Bernie Sanders condemned the vote from the campaign trail. But where was Dick Durbin? Where were all the lawmakers who say they care about industry and Wall Street profiteers making money at the expense of public health? I don't know. Where were they? Oh, that's right. They were under a desk somewhere. Califf, who is the Chancellor of Clinical and Translational Research at Duke University until recently, received money from, wait for it, 23 drug companies, including the giants like Johnson & Johnson, Lilly, Merck, Schering-Plough, whatever, and GSK, according to the disclosure statement on the website of Duke Clinical Research Institute. No, he just got that money for research purposes. It was not like he was actually, like buying a vacation home or anything like that. Not merely receiving research funds, which, oh no, there's never strings attached to that shit. He also served as a high-level pharma officer, says the press reports. Medscape, the medical website, discloses that Califf served as a director, officer, partner, employee, advisor, consultant, or trustee for Genentech. Portola Pharmaceuticals says Califf served on its board of directors until leaving for the FDA. Well, isn't that special? In disclosure information from a 2013 article in Circulation, Califf also lists financial links to, Gambro, Genenron. Is that how you say that? I don't give a shit. I really don't. Gilead, AstraZeneca, Roche, and other companies, and equity positions in 4 medical companies. Equity positions means he got paid whether he did anything or not, which basically meant that he did an awful lot of politicking for him. It's called that lobby thing, where they're lobbing steaming piles. Unfortunately, what they're doing is they're going and they're paying politicians, those politics, they're paying them to vote a certain way, which once they vote that certain way, that great big old, what are those things called? Catapult? Yeah, a great big catapult that's full of the manure that they're spreading, that gets lobbed at us. That's why they're called lobbying, because it's kind of a chain reaction kind of thing. Apparently, Gilead, however you say that, is the maker of the $1,000 a pill hepatitis C drug. And this is FDA commissioner material. Don't you feel special? I know I don't. Apparently, he's gone on record that collaboration between industry and regulators is a good thing. Sure it is. It's a really good thing, especially for those that are on the receiving end of the financial, He also told NPR, many of us consult with the pharmaceutical industry, which I think is a very good thing. They need ideas, and then the decision about what they do is really up to the person who is funding the study. Oh? Yeah. Yeah, that's kind of like, okay, this is what we want to prove. Now, we don't give a shit how you have to collect your numbers, how you have to make them contort to fit into your little spreadsheet. But this is the result that we want. And if you get this result that we want, well, let's just say there's a new vacation home in your future. Yeah, and you don't have to pay taxes on it because we'll just lease it to you for $1 a year. Yeah, that's kind of shit they do. He's also known for defending Vioxx, which is reported to have cost at least 50,000 heart attacks and events before its withdrawal. Merck is said to have known that Vioxx's cardio effects, but marketed the blockbuster drug anyway. Which, yeah, that's what they do because, the negative result studies do not get published anywhere near as often as the positive, we're going to stroke your yanker for you for a fee. All they are is just prostitutes. Every damn one of them. They're all prostitutes. It's just that they're doing the yanking, in a legal way. Yeah, don't you love that legality shit? Doesn't mean it's right. Just means it's legal. Apparently, he was also instrumental in the Duke drug trial of the blood thinner Xarelto, and a cheerleader of the drug despite medical experts' objections to its approval and 379 subsequent deaths. Oh, piffle! Piffle! Let's see. When it happens with pharmaceuticals, we can't call it collateral damage, can we? Because we really don't like that word damage anywhere related to, the drugs that we're trying to get you to take. But we've got a war on drugs. Yeah. Tell me how that's working out, by the way. And this war on drugs, does that mean you're playing both ends of the spectrum here? Oh, but these drugs are legal, whereas those plants and things, those are not legal because they're gateway drugs, don't you know? Yeah. Apparently, Xarelto's serious and foreseeable risks were back in the news this week. Oh, well, there you go. Duke, where Califf directed clinical research, is still recovering from a major research fraud scandal that resulted in terminated grants, retracted papers, and 60 Minutes special. 60 Minutes did a special. Wow. But Andy Rooney's no longer with us, so how could he cover it? It's those eyebrows that made everybody take him serious. Maybe I need to do something to make my eyebrows grow like that so people will take me serious. Or not. Oh, well, it is the least appropriate place from which to choose an FDA commissioner, don't you know? But that's what they did anyway. Many had high hopes for the FDA when Margaret Hamburg was confirmed as commissioner in 2009 because of her public health background. But she swiftly moved to loosen conflict of interest rules governing those who can serve on FDA expert advisory committees and appointed Califf the FDA deputy commissioner for medical products and tobacco as she was leaving because, she was just... He was already trained. He already knew the ropes. He knew how things worked. Yeah. Rick'em, rack'em, ruck'em, ruck'em, get that pill and really fight. Yeah, what? What's that, darling? Let me see this. Ow, ow, ow. Sorry. Okay. One whack job kills someone with a gun and people scream to ban all guns. True. Kill thousands of people with pharma drugs and no one says a thing. That is so true. Oh, big eyebrows freak you. I know, they're like spiders on someone's forehead. They are kind of creepy. Oh, 4 drops of oil of oregano. Yes, that's good. That'll be good. Free. Do you know that oil of oregano will also get rid of warts? Does. And it'll also work on moles. Uh-huh. Let's see. Makes mental note to flood Vince's mailbox. No, Marty Feldman just has the oogly googly eyes, which I absolutely love his eyes. They're the most expressive eyes I ever saw, except for maybe Betty Davis's. And, okay, his were more expressive because he had the one that could go wonky on you. It's the wonky eye that got me all the time. Okay. Whoo! And we're back. Apparently, Califf was also Dangleberry's first choice for the FDA commissioner. Well, that just makes him a real wanker. I mean, winner. I mean, yeah. No, I meant wanker. Yeah. It's not the first time that the FDA has brought in a big pharma cheerleader to lead the agency that regulates big pharma. Because, well, you know, it's kind of like telling Congress to vote against that raise that they're going to automatically get every frickin' year. And they go, but we need the money. Don't you know? We got used to living high on the hog. And, you know, we have to really hide that lobby money. So we need that raise. But, Social Security cannot have a cost of living increase because leeches. You're a bunch of blood-sucking leeches. Don't make shit bit of difference. Most of them people paid in and will never, ever, ever get back what they paid in because it's mandatory as opposed to, you know, just letting people do their own savings. And if they don't do their own savings, well, I guess they get to work till they die, which is probably what I'll do. Big deal. Big difference. Woo. Go away, you stupid thing. Okay, this goes on to say in 2005, a 33-year-old Wall Street insider known for recommending hot medical stocks, Scott Gottlieb, was named FDA Deputy Commissioner for Medical and Scientific Affairs. Wow. They have a department for people in the medical and scientific departments having affairs? Shit! I didn't know they had those kind of perks in the government. Maybe I need to check into getting me one of them their government jobs. I might have an affair. This could be fun. Oh shit, no. Even I have one or two scruples left. I found them the other day when I was cleaning. Apparently, when a multiple sclerosis drug trial was stopped because 3 people lost blood platelets and 1 died. How do you lose Okay. Gottlieb called it an overreaction because the disease, not the drug, might be to blame. Okay, they weren't having that problem before they took the drug, and then they had that problem after they took the drug. I'm thinking it was a drug. Call me crazy. Lots of people do. He also rushed Chantix, Pfizer's stop smoking drug. Varenicline. Oh, varenicline. Is that what yeah. He rushed that to market, which was linked with a string of 2006 suicides and violent death of a Dallas musician, which my youngest daughter actually took Chantix for about a week, and oh my God, messed her up. I said, and when I found out she was taking Chantix, I said, oh darling, throw that shit away. But Mom, I got all of this as free samples. And I said, I don't care. And don't just throw it in the trash. You need to melt that shit in some water, and then you pour it on some cat litter. That way yeah, because you don't want that getting into the water system. And yeah, because that's how you're supposed to get rid of the nasty stuff anyway, is to dissolve it in water and then pour it on like cat litter, floor dry, something like that, and then dispose of it. But yeah, which she wound up doing. Why, thank you, Vinzi. I know. I enjoy being crazy. Lots of people suffer from my insanity, but I don't. Where was I at? Okay. Oh, Gottlieb was forced to recuse himself from planning for a possible bird flu epidemic Oh, they were planning a possible bird flu epidemic because, you got to plan for this shit. Okay, how are we going to disperse this? Are we going to get birds sick and then have them fly over and crap on everybody? Or how are we going to do this? Because we got to get people sick with the bird flu. Apparently, he had to recuse himself, though, because of his financial ties to Roche and Sanofi Aventis. Oh, and he had to bow out of work related to Eli Lilly, Procter Gamble, and 5 other drug companies. Well, I'll bet your pockets were really full. Even without the pharma-funded FDA commissioner, many dangerous drugs approved by the agency have been withdrawn due to great harm. That's because they don't publish the negative results. Do you know that for every one negative results paper that gets published, there are 67 positive results? And that's not because they were really positive results. It's because they knew how to crunch and contort and tweak them numbers in the spreadsheet. That's why they got positive results. What you don't know can kill you. And the FDA is also the ones that are telling people that have essential oils, you can't say that helps with anything in specific, because that then makes it a drug, according to them. And therefore, they control it. Which means if you were to make some kind of announcement that this drug or this oil over here will cure or even will help with symptoms of such and such problem that you're having, FDA can come in and fine your ass for practicing medicine without a license. Did you know that? I found that out. Yeah. Natural shit. Once you say that it will help with something and they find out about it, they'll nail your ass to the wall. Because they can. Because they're assholes. Big Pharma and FDA are fuckweheads. That's all there is to it. What? Oh. What? Let me see. I gotta check out Marty Feldman. I don't know why. There's just something about them eyes that just make me giggle. Who's a unibrow? Oh, yeah. Yes, master. No, I don't want to search quicker. Leave me the hell alone. Oh, wait. Did I put that over there? Okay. Wow. Thank you again, Penny. That was an awesome article. Thank you for sharing that, sweetheart. Oh, and big shout out to BB9. I know you got your show going on right now, sweetheart, on the competition, which, hey, you know what's way cool about, the internet and all of these different lovely internet radio stations is competition for the lamestream media. Yeah, because, actually they do a much better job of reporting what the hell's going on than the lamestream does. Because, well, the lamestream, if you watch from coast to coast, almost verbatim, they will repeat the same story. And it's like, really? After hearing it from 30 different broadcasts, I'm thinking, no, somebody needs to tell me something different, which is why I listen to people on the internet, because the lamestream media, they're lame. Lame, lame, lame. True that, Mary B. Dork Table does rock. And sometimes it rolls. And sometimes there's an awful lot of thumping going on because, well, somebody's doing something under the table and we don't want to know about it. Sorry, I'm catching up on some chit-chatties over here. Okay. Let me see. Let me see. Ooh, check my Twitter. Yeah, I forgot to refresh it, and I had like 160 tweets. I still have over 300 stalkers. I'll have you know. I am an overachiever. Oh, what's going on over here? Is glyphosate in our food? More than likely, MP, more than likely. How's things going in your world, by the way, Cakes? I hope everything's going wonderful. Yeah, cows fed GMO corn and soy, but you know what? That doesn't get into the human food supply. No, no, no. It doesn't, just because they consume it doesn't mean it becomes part of their body. It's just like whatever you consume doesn't become part of your body. It doesn't help like build bones or nothing. Like drink milk because it helps build bones, that kind of shit. Oh no, just because they consume Roundup Ready, GMO shit, doesn't mean that it actually gets into their body and like into their system and it doesn't pass on to you. No, that doesn't happen. Excuse me, except for a few studies that were done over in Europe that beg to differ. Like 7-year-long studies that didn't tweak numbers. Like they published big old reams of numbers. Donald Trump, the Trumpelstiltskin. Hi, Christopher. How are you doing, sweetheart? See Christopher over here on World Truth as well. Yay. Okay. I got to go to Oopie because I saw this on there. Ah, man, owie. Over here on UPI.com, I saw this and I thought, oh, how funny. It's a lopsided Sydney bus, and it sparks speculation and yo mama jokes online. Apparently, they had a tire issue, or they had some kind of issue, maybe a tie rod in. Shot gave out. Don't know for sure. I got new tires today. Boy, am I tickled until I pay for them. Yeah, I forgot to bring my checkbook today, so I have to do that tomorrow. Ouch. Ouch. Color me poor. In any case, in Sydney, footage of a lopsided bus in Sydney, Australia is going viral down under and all over. Excuse me. Social media users are blaming the usual tilt on a heavy object. Yo mama. My mama weighs less than me and I don't weigh that much. Excuse me. The video posted to Facebook by Dashcam Owners Australia features a Sydney bus with its left side noticeably closer to the ground than the left side. What? Okay. I'm not kidding you here. Features a Sydney bus with its left side noticeably closer to the ground than the left side. Proofread much, people? That caused me to have a brain hurt. I'm just saying. Apparently, y'all mama is so fat, she had to get her own bus, is what the video caption reads. Commenters theorized the tilt could be the result of too many passengers sitting on one side, which is why I always say window lickers on the right, which would then make the bus level out. However, Brett Dean of Dean's Hydraulic and Transportation Services said the problem seen in the footage was likely not due to anyone's mother, overweight, or otherwise. It is definitely a problem with the suspension. You think? Oh, the suspense is killing me. It is not an uncommon problem. It's like getting a flat tire. I had one of those, which prompted getting the new tires. Oops. The driver would have been aware of what was going on, but he wouldn't have been able to do anything about it. Excuse me, dang it. Dean said that there wasn't likely to be any danger from driving the bus in its damaged condition, but he recommended it should be seen. Dang it. should be seem, S-E-E-M. Proofread much? He recommended it should be seen with an N by a mechanic as soon as possible. Yeah, it's kind of like I said a while back. Yeah, doctors practice medicine, and if they don't practice well enough and the patient dies, well, guess what? Don't have to deal with that shit no more. But mechanics, they have to keep working on that shit because you just keep bringing it back, saying you didn't fix it last time. Yeah, I know how that crap works. I had to deal with a cranky customer today, actually. Yo, mama, what? Okay, what? I don't know about that demon Atrax, and I don't want to know. Yo, mama's so stupid, she called the 7-Eleven to see when they closed. And mama's so short. You can see her feet when... Oh, that's not funny. Jean Charlotte? Who? Who's Jean Charlotte? Charlotte. Yes, reptile lives do matter. I do like lizards. I think they're cute. And actually, I have a tickle, Vince. I don't know what it is. Oh, God! The Cankle Queen! I got the same problem she has. Oh, God. I need a drink of water. Thanks for that timely advice, Vince. I did forget to put my orange oil in there, though. Damn it. I hate that hilartosis. Damn, I hate having my name even in the same sentence as that. I know Vince has a thing for the Cankle Queen, and I'm happy for you, hun. But wow. Even Cankles need love. I know that. But wow. That's one of those things where I just can't go there. I'm sorry. I'm a Cankle prejudice. I'm canklephobic. That's what I am. What? Hey, I don't know. Shit. Okay. Yes, I have notifications over here. Hi, Tom. And, I said hi to Christopher earlier. Ow. I really should have taken my earrings off. Ow. I'm being a weenie. Oh, hey. Not to be outdone by super AIDS or super tuberculosis, super lice is making its way into schools. Oh, yippee skippy. This is under FARC's sick category. Super lice, huh? Those are super lies. Those are creepy looking things. We had a problem with that when my girls were little in town. And, I mean, seriously, they wound up closing school for a day just so they could disinfect schools. Because we had a couple of families in town that their children did not bathe real regularly. And I really can't blame the children because, parents, come on, people. Buy some frickin' shampoo, make your children bathe, okay? I mean, this is not like a Charlie Brown cartoon where Pigpen is cute. In any case, a doctor from Johns Hopkins points out that no serious infectious diseases have been shown to be spread by head lice. It's just a social disaster and itchy, and it is rather gross. It is rather gross. Head lice, the scourge of daycare centers and elementary schools, might have just become a bigger problem. A new strain of super lice. It's super lice! Apparently, they have infested people in 25 states and potentially making it more difficult to get rid of the parasites. Oh my God, it's a super lice epidemic. We're going to have an inoculation for this shit. I'm sure we will. Somebody's going to come up with a vaccine. Because super lice. That's why. So, apparently the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, remember, any government agency, whatever their name is, they do exactly the opposite. Just saying. But they report that there are up to 12 million cases of lice a year, mostly among children. But itching doesn't necessarily mean an active infestation, and neither does the sight of eggs. Yeah, because I have eggs in my fridge, and I don't have no lice. Fried lice, very good. Very good. I like fried lice. Okay. But if creepy crawlers are found, over-the-counter and prescription products can treat the social malady. And Dr. Bernard Buddy Cohen, a pediatric dermatologist at Johns Hopkins Children's Center, answered some questions here. So, how are super lice different from the usual bugs? Well, they have a cape and they have a tattoo of an S on their chest. Okay, their answer is the new lice tend to have mutations that increase resistance to over-the-counter shit. It's a big word that's got sides at the end of it. So how common is this new strain in children compared to the regular kind? I didn't know children had new strains. I thought children were just children. You know, that everybody has them. They've been doing it for like ever. There's a regular kind. I didn't think there was a regular child anywhere. Oh wait, they're talking about lice yet. Okay. Apparently they're actually pretty common and may account for the majority of head lice around the country because, you know, it's the thing now. You know, lice, it kind of became a fad for the little critters. You know, one of them saw another one with a cape and that way cool S tattoo on his chest and went, dude, you see that shit? I'm going to get me one of them. And then next thing you know, it's kind of like Sneetches on the beaches. It's lices with the capes thing. That's how that works. I'm going to look in my book. I'm going to look in my book. Because I have it right here. And I'm going to see if there is something that is for lice or infestations. Insect infestations. I'll bet you that's probably what it's under. Hey, it is. Because I looked under lice and it says, see, insect infestation. I'm getting good at this. Yes, I am. Okay, insect infestation. Where are you hiding? Where, oh, where? There you go. Gnats and midgets. Midges. Oh, hey. Okay. For lice. Eucalyptus oil. I have that. Rosemary. I have that. Melaleuca. I have that. Geranium. Have that. Lemon. Lavender. Rub 1 to 2 drops into the scalp 3 times a day and apply to feet. Whichever ones. Actually, they recommend the eucalyptus, rosemary, and melaleuca are the most highly recommended for that. Did I run my script tonight? Yes, hon, it's running, or I pushed the play button. And then it just went away. I'm going to push play button again. And yeah, I did all the other fun stuff. I pushed buttons, Grim. Was it not showing? Yeah. In any case, eucalyptus. If anybody has problems with lice or anything like that, eucalyptus, melaleuca, which is tea tree oil. Oh wait, now I need to find it again because my cat jumped on my lap and made me lose my page. Okay, eucalyptus, rosemary, and melaleuca. No, I don't have lice. I like flied lice. I do like flied lice. And there is a okay, my doTERRA stuff has a repellent blend, which it's also called Terra Shield, but it's got lemongrass in it and eucalyptus and lavender, and I don't remember all the different oils that are in it now, but hey, you know what? I have my book right here. How about I just look it up? You know, sometimes I just absolutely amaze myself on how just pretty much, yeah, brain dead I can be. Yeah, it is dangerous, Grim. Don't ever give me that red button, okay? Because you give me the red button and I just might blow up the world. Which, you know, some people might say that's a good thing. But I prefer not to. Okay. Okay, the repellent blend has lemon, eucalyptus, citronella, and lemongrass in it. So there you go. So, any of you that have what? I don't want to see a pic of Donald Trump. I don't want to see Trumpelstiltskin. Trumpelstiltskin nauseates me almost as much as Dangleberry. Not quite, because I haven't had to look at, you know, or have him pop up in my feed wherever the hell it is every day for the last 8 frickin' years. That is the Donald. Well, this one doesn't have a cape. The hell? That must not be a super one. Oh, okay. Pigpen. I thought Pigpen was cute. He's kind of. I always thought Pigpen was, you know, kind of like the little underdog kind of kid. Oh well. I'm going to just go ahead and share this because, you know, I really don't, you know, when I focus on little creepy crawlers like this, then I get to itching. And I know I don't have creepy crawlers, but, you know, it's that psychosomatic kind of thing, heavy on the psycho. And, yeah, my scalp's shit. Now just talking about it. You know, it's like, a friend of mine, Lug. I know you guys have heard me talk about Lug before, which I actually went and saw him the other day. He's getting around quite well after his accident. He'd had a bad one. Almost didn't make it. But, okay, World Truth, don't be giving me no shit. In any case, his son used to call me just random times during the day and start singing It's a Small World. And then laugh like a maniac and then hang up. And I always used to threaten to kick the shit out of him. Well, and then the little shit went and died on me. God damn it. But that's not cool. Your child should never go before you. Never. I'm checking. Oh, I'm sorry. Thank you, Tom. That's awfully nice of you. Oh, and Christopher too. Hey, beverage. Cool. Hey, Christopher finds it hilarious when people act like complete asses. Well, so do I. You know, I usually just sit back and pop some popcorn. I'm kind of perverse like that, but there you go. There you go, Christopher. Agree. I gotcha. Okay, seeing as how World Truth is being a wanker again, I don't know why it is. While I'm on the radio, I can post so many links, and then after a while, it tells me, fuck you. You're not sharing any links until you're done on the radio, because I'm just... Apparently, World Truth is jealous. You know, because I'm going to all these other different links, and it's going, oh, sure, I see how you are. I see how you are. Well, yeah, that's how I are. So, I'm going to try and do this again. As soon as it's done, refresh. Ah! Ow! Kitty cat bit me. Where else can you hear the radio personality go, ow, my cat bit me? Only on World Truth Radio. I've never heard it anywhere else. Which doesn't necessarily mean that it's never happened. It just means that I've never heard it anywhere else. Okay. Wanker. It's being a wanker. Okay. I am going to go to my pocket. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go to my pocket because there were a few things that I saw that I thought, oh, how funny. And I don't know if it was Beth or I don't remember. I think it was Beth that shared this over in the RLM earlier. It's on mentalfloss.com. Talking about wankers. I'll bet you Grim knows where I'm going. Did you know that cornflakes were invented as part of an anti-masturbation crusade? Why? Because of their crunchy goodness? You just wouldn't it was like nirvana, and so then you wouldn't touch yourself? Is that the thing? Or did they threaten to make you have cornflake gloves? Let's find out, shall we? I mean, seeing as how I'm being sick and wrong, let's really go there, okay? Apparently in the 18th and 19th centuries, the Western world worked itself up into a mass hissy fit over the idea of people touching themselves. Oh. The Judeo-Christian tradition had already been damning masturbation as a misuse of sexuality for ages because, well, you're just wasting it. But Victorian era prudishness and the Great Awakening and other religious revivals in America created a perfect storm for people to really get obsessed with wonka, 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 wah, focus. Books like the anonymously authored Anonia or The Heinous Sin of Self-Pollution and its frightful consequences, one of which is hairy palms, and Samuel Tisot's treatise on the disease produced by onanism or masturbation. Oh, they laid the groundwork for medicalizing the solitary vice. Hey, you know what? So long as they're taking care of themselves, they're leaving someone else alone. That's the way I look at it. Soon, masturbation was no longer just a moral failing, but it was also a physical and mental ailment that required treatments and cures. Ta-ta! And that's where cornflakes came in. Maybe we can come up with a cornflake for pedophilia because, not only it's no longer just a moral aberration, it's a physical and mental ailment, and they must be treated with cornflakes, apparently. According to the Library of Congress, in the young United States, one of the most ardent anti-masturbators was a Michigan physician named John Harvey Kellogg. Okay. The good doctor was a bit uncomfortable about sex, thinking it detrimental to physical, emotional, and spiritual well-being. Wow. I actually watched a video that I didn't realize that's what it was going to be about until I got about halfway into it, and I went, what? Because I was just kind of scrolling and doing my typical bounce around all over the place YouTube shit while puttering around the house. I just listened to them. And this one was an Age of Aquarius. And I thought, okay, cool. And actually, the name of it was The Real Age of Aquarius. And I thought, oh, cool. Maybe it's an astronomical kind of thing. So I was going to watch/listen to this. And halfway through, I found out that you're not the wages of sin and the original sin and what the tree of knowledge actually taught Adam and Eve was orgasm. I'm not kidding. Seriously. Orgasm is the most evil thing you can do, apparently, according to that video. And I was traumatized. I don't know about anybody else, but I was. Back to this. Okay. Apparently, he personally abstained from it. Well, okay, sweetheart, looking at your picture. Okay. And never consummated his marriage. Wow. And may have actually spent his honeymoon working on one of his anti-sex books. Why would one marry If you're not gonna. Wow. Apparently, he and his wife kept separate bedrooms and adopted all of their children. Were they? Did she abstain? It doesn't say. Apparently, sex with your wife was bad, but masturbation was even worse. Well, honey, how do you know it was bad? You never tried it. You might have liked it. Try it. Oh, no, wait. That's Life cereal. Okay. You corny bugger. Apparently, if illicit commerce of the sexes is a heinous sin, Kellogg wrote, self-pollution is a crime doubly abominable. Did you watch that same YouTube? No, because YouTube wasn't around when you were around, dude. How in the... What the... Damn. Y'all are weird. Apparently, in Plain Facts for Old and Young, Embracing the Natural History and Hygiene of Organic Life, he cataloged 39 different symptoms of a person plagued by masturbation. Okay, let's see what these are. These included general infirmity, defective development, mood swings, feckleness, brashfulness, boldness, bad posture. Well, the bad posture I can see. Stiff joints. Usually those go away after. Fondness for spicy foods, acne, palpitations, and epilepsy. No, honey, that epilepsy, that's an orgasm. That's not epilepsy. It's okay. It's okay. Wow. Damn, these people actually had doctor by their name. See? Hasn't got much better, has it? Whee! Moving along. Kellogg's solution to all this suffering was a healthy diet. He thought that meat and certain flavorful or seasoned foods increased sexual desire. Well, because there's nothing quite like a steak done just... Okay. And that plainer food, especially cereals and nuts, you're nuts, would curb it. While working as a superintendent in the Michigan's Battle Creek Sanitarium, he hit upon a few different healthy eating ideas. 2 became breakfast staples, and 1 thankfully didn't. It's all in the diet. Early in his tenure at the sanitarium, Kellogg created a health treat for the patients that consisted of oatmeal and cornmeal baked into biscuits and then ground into tiny pieces. He called it granola. Yum. This was maybe the worst name imaginable, since a very similar product with the exact same name was already being made and sold by James Caleb Jackson, another dietary reformer. Under the threat of lawsuit, Kellogg changed the name of his creation to granola. Oh, it's all... Vanna, I would like to buy a vowel. And so he bought an... Oh. Okay. Another of Kellogg's dietary inventions, developed to ensure clean intestines, was an enema machine that ran water through the bowel and then followed it with a pint of yogurt. That's how it got its name. Yogurt. Wow. Wow. This was, half of it was delivered through the mouth and the other half through the, between the two shall meet. No. 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 Later, Kellogg developed a few different flaked grain breakfast cereals, including cornflakes, as healthy, ready-to-eat, anti-masturbatory morning meals. Because while you're eating something as tasty as cornflakes, really. He partners with his brother Will, the sanitarium's bookkeeper, to make and sell them to the public. Will had less interest in dietary purity and more business sense than his brother, and worried that the product wouldn't sell as they were, which is where Frosted Flakes came from, right? Because they're great. Will eventually started selling the cereals through his own business, which became the Kellogg Company, and the brothers continued to feud for decades after. Masturbators who enjoy cornflakes can probably attest that the sugar was a good idea, since Kellogg's cereal doesn't really have its intended effect. I really do like using cornflakes. You crunch them up and you use that as a coating for your chicken if you're going to, for frying chicken. Actually, cornflakes and Rice Krispies, put them in a Ziploc baggie and do a roller over them so you crunch them up really good, and then you just dip your chicken in like egg, or you can dip it in olive oil or whatever, and then roll it around in that cereal mix. Oh, yeah. Yum. That's some good stuff. Yum. Apparently, while cereals and yogurt enemas might have kept most people in line, Kellogg, who supported more extreme measures, like tying your hands behind your back, obviously, or, oh, hey, the masturbation cross. Have you seen that? I've seen shit about that. It was a couple months back. Yeah, for your children, when they sleep at night, keep their hands out from under the blankets. Because, oh, wow, that was something my dad used to be fanatical about. When he would come tuck us in, hands had to be above the blanket. I never could figure out why in the hell the hands had to be above the blanket, for the longest time. And then I got married, and it was like, oh, now I know why the hands are supposed to be under the blanket. Okay. Wow, Dad, you thought I was doing that? You sick fuck. In any case. Whew. Let's see. For people with a particularly nasty masturbation habits, yeah, that's what the cross was for. For boys, he suggested threading a silver wire through the foreskin to prevent erections. Ow! And for girls, he advocated and sometimes employed an application of carbolic acid to the... Ow! You're one sick fuck, dude. Ow! Good thing he's dead. I'd dropkick his sorry ass. God damn. Just because you don't want to play doesn't mean that there ain't anyone else in the world that doesn't want to play. Okay? You sick motherfucker. WT, you're going to piss me off. Has who been touching themselves? Don't ask me. Pedo flakes. Hey, pedo flakes. There you go. God, Atrax. I just finally saw that. Oh, wow. Wow. Y'all are just... Oh, man. Yeah. There's a reason why you hate cornflakes, Darth Romes. I mean, it was like your mind went, oh, no, 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 no. Which, I never could just eat cornflakes, but they really are. They really are very good for crunching up and using for breading for your fried chicken, or for making chicken fried steaks, or minutes. Yeah. Any kind of breading that you're going to do. But, now that I know that they're to keep you from... Ew, Grimner! But it's all curdled. Ew. Ew. Oh, man. I really went there? That's just wrong. That's just really wrong. Oh, my God. Okay. Not yogurt either. Ooh. Okay. I'm going to go back to UPI because I'm just really... Wow. Yeah. I need to go to UPI. Okay, this one is from Cincinnati, Ohio. Ohio. Oh. Apparently, the Ohio police are seeking a bald man in an $800 Rogaine theft. Well, he needed it, obviously. Police in Cincinnati, Ohio are searching for a man that is connected in a series of thefts involving hair regrowth and memory supplements. Rogaine does that too? Oh, kind of like a Samson and Delilah kind of thing. You know, you lose all your hair, your memory falls out too? Is that how that works? Oh, I'm not going to say it. I'll be nice. About, well, you know, the universe just really amazes me sometimes because, you know, I was just talking about pervies and not supposed to be touching yourself and that weird ass freaking video I watched over the weekend, which, yeah, I did subject myself to the whole freaking video because I kept thinking somewhere along the way someone was going to pop up in the video and go, ha ha ha, fooled ya, go play with shit, go have an orgasm, they're good for you. You know, I kept, I seriously, at one point or another, I really kept thinking somebody, somewhere is going to step up with a little bit of sanity and say, oh, we're just joshing ya. Go ahead, have those orgasms. But no, they kept saying, seriously, in order to have spiritual growth and get to the kingdom of heaven, you cannot have an orgasm. And I thought, I'm going to hell. I'm going to hell. And I'm driving the bus. Well, I might alternate. I might be in the back seat with somebody else to help powering the bus to hell, but I don't know. Wow. And now, and you'll see why, the Mount Healthy Police Department. Yes, my mind went there because all of the other shit that I've covered already. The Mount Healthy, which, you know, don't have an orgasm if you're going to Mount Healthy. You can have sex, just don't have an orgasm. What? What's the point? Why? In any case, this police department shared surveillance images of a man accused of stealing $847 worth of hair regrowth formula Rogaine and memory supplement Prevagen from a local Walgreens. Police added that he has been identified in similar thefts in the North College Hill and Westchester locations, among others. He has reportedly targeted several pharmacies and has been seen driving a white Jeep. Who do I know that drives a Jeep? Well, I'm just going to leave it at that. Little flakes at what? Yes, they do that, Meisterbrow. I don't know. One up, one down. What are you talking about here? I gotta, what? Well, okay. Balding severely? Oh, yeah? You know, there's a kid I went to high school with that his senior year, he was, you know, totally bald. And he just went with it. You know, no big deal. Yes. Oh, Grammy, I just had to. Although, one of the guys I work with actually drives a white Jeep, so I'm going to have to give him shit about that. Oh, my goodness. Oh, hey, apparently third time's a charm. Lino! Elizabeth? Who the hell is Elizabeth? Are you two-timing on me with some other radio gal named Elizabeth? I am affronted and behinded and something. Okay, I'm just me. I don't care. Um, I'm finally able to share my super lice. Super lice. It's super lice. It's very cool. You get in a bowl and you can put fried lice on top of it. Super lice. It's very super. Okay, that was my very, very bad. Godzilla! Yeah. I got told over the weekend that by someone that listens that you'll just say anything, won't you? Huh? Me? What do you mean? Okay, anything. Is that what you mean? Apparently they've gotten beyond the point of being shocked by what falls out of my mouth. Because they just figured, it's Grammy. You never know what she's going to say, which is true. Because, well, partly because I never know what I'm going to say. It just kind of falls out. Okay, I got to get to this one. Brother Joey shared it. And wow, look at how time flies. Holy macanoli. This is from steinonline.com. And I'd never heard of this individual. Seriously, I hadn't. I mean, well, I'd heard the name, but I really, did not make the connection until I saw this. And I'm truly thankful to my brother Joey for sharing this. I'm wondering what he's doing, because he has not been in the chat for a while. In any case, it's called Wanted, More Warts. Here you go. Apparently, Christian Kerr interviews the provocative Canadian commentator Mark Steyn in the weekend edition of The Australian about the fun stuff. The death of free speech, the rise of identity politics, the West's civilizational death, wish and contempt for its own inheritance. Yes. Back. Okay. I don't know, Larry. Let me get back with you in just a bit, hon. Okay. Free speech is at the heart of Stein's message. He is surprised at the controversial Section 18C of our Racial Discrimination Act is still standing when his own country successfully repealed the equivalent parts of its Human Rights Act in 2013. Free peoples are losing the habit of free speech, which, yes, they are. Why? Because they're afraid to speak their mind. Why are you afraid to speak your mind? Just because someone gets a butt pucker over it, tell them that anal floss, you're not supposed to put knots in it. That's what causes the butt pucker shit. If people insist on wearing that rectal floss, tell them to stop putting knots in it because that causes discomfort, which makes you butt hurt. Jeez. He says that they're taught, not really just at university, but in fact from kindergarten, that there is a correct view to certain subjects and that incorrect views are distressing. Oh, I'm distressed. The last two generations raised in the Western world, they don't do that thing. The apocryphal Voltaire line, I disagree with what you say, but I'll fight to the death for you too. They'll fight to the death for you not to be allowed to say it. The consequences can be disturbing. People can actually lose the spirit of liberty, and once they've lost that, there are not a lot of easy paths back. Larry, I'm on the radio, hon. Just a sec. Okay. Indeed, it is remarkable how... Oh, God. Vince, are you ready? How easily Vast numbers. Have you ever noticed easily and hardly are they don't really mean the same thing, and yet when you say not hardly, never mind. In any case, vast numbers of people now accept that truth is subordinate to the needs of ideological conformity. Microaggressions are much more important than the truth. Yeah, we saw in Europe on New Year's Eve when politicians, police, and press colluded to cover up mass sexual assault. And as their cover up unraveled, millions of self described progressives and feminists indignantly insisted that the cover up had all been the correct call because, well, it fed into our narcissistic worldview. In the end, the official lies will cost you your world. He points to Africa. People now have cell phones, Stein says. They can see in real time their cousin who got on a lifeboat from Libya and wound up in Italy and walked over to Sweden. They're seeing in real time the kind of life their cousin is living. What percentage of North Africa has to decide, we'd quite like to move to Europe, for there to be no Europe? Really? As for Western self-loathing, well, Stein the Joker takes over and, riffing off the old story about Cromwell's portrait painter, where's the safe room, honey? Are you showing me? Thank you, sweetie. What? I gotta get back to this. What? You can tell that they are setting by looking at TV. Well. It's hardly easily, but it's easily hardly. Never mind. Okay. Back to this. Okay, riffing off the old story about Cromwell's portrait painter and the wart to illustrate the folly of the feelings of guilt that racked the bien-pensants of the West. That's the craziness here. It's Cromwell to the nth degree. Don't paint me warts and all. Just paint my warts. And if I don't have any wart or don't have enough warts, add a few to my face. The more warts, the better. Which, you know what? I would much rather see the world warts and all. That way you know, okay, yeah, look at that warty bugger over there. He's a freaking warthog. In response to yesterday's piece, which, let me see, when was this actually dated? This was dated the 12th of this month. Okay, in response to yesterday's piece on the historically unprecedented demographic transformation of the West, reader Roy Coxella writes that if I did not know all kinds of Catholic families who have 8 kids only to see 6 of them grow up, go to public schools, watch pop movies, and convert to lefto-abortism, this would be a greater concern. As it is, it just means that Australia in 50 years may be a society where the church their parents go to, or their parents didn't go to, is a mosque rather than the church their great-great-grandparents didn't go to, being an Episcopalian. And that's if the fertility discrepancy continues, which, given the above, I don't see why it would. I will be absolutely nothing to empower, or I will do absolutely, yeah, that's okay, to empower the cultural left under any circumstances. They are a long-term threat. Brandon Eich and Memories Pizza et al. Were harbingers of the future. Okay, I have no idea what the hell Memories Pizza is either, so there you go. With respect, this is the classic example of a phenomenon I was discussing on the radio on Friday night, which maybe I wasn't discussing it, but apparently he was, reprising the old line that the assumption of a permanence is the illusion of every age. Post-Christian Western secularism secularism, was designed to seduce Christian Westerners. Post-Western Christ. Huh? I thought Christians didn't believe in seduction or masturbation or orgasms or any of that shit. Frickin' prudes. No wonder. It does not have the same effect on others, which is why the children and grandchildren of assimilated first-generation Muslim immigrants of the 60s and 70s are now lining up in the thousands to fight for the Islamic State. Really? Huh. I'm thinking that's a balderdash. I'm just kind of sitting here scrolling through some of this and I'm thinking, wow, Joey, honey, I don't know. I'm going to go ahead and just share this but yeah. If it's going to get into this whole, the Muslims are the bad guys, which any religious group has its fanatics. Actually, I'm doing wonderful, sweetheart, but wow, I did not know I changed my name. Thank you, Lino. I missed you too. Although it's only been since last week, and maybe the reason I missed you is because I need to get better aim. Did you ever think about that? Bet you didn't. Huh. All of this propaganda bullshit, I personally know people of the Christian persuasion that are actually quite maniacal. And I know of individuals of several other faiths that are a little on the obsessed much. But, this whole thing of the Muslims are the boogeyman of the month. I think they've been the boogeyman of the month long enough. Spin that damn wheel of terrorism and come up with another boogeyman. Because although I do understand that, yeah, okay, whatever. You got your homegrown terrorists as well. Yeah. There's always, I'm thinking the biggest terrorist has a government job. That's what I'm thinking. Those are the biggest terrorists. And they actually intend to scare you. They actually intend to make you change your belief system or your behavior patterns by use of fear and coercion, which is the definition of a terrorist. Just saying. So, okay. What? It's the Pope. The poop. Does the Pope poop in the woods? I don't know. Does the Pope poop in the woods? Has he ever been to the woods? I don't know. That's a creepy crawler there, Vince. Why did you put that over on World Truth? Because now I see it and now my scalp is itching just after I got past the point of my scalp not itching. You brat. Okay. I need to share did I share the balding man over on World Truth? I need to look and see. Did I? I don't think I did. Let me share the balding man. Because that's worth a giggle, I think. I need to, yeah. There you go. I'm filling air. or taking in air and expelling CO2, which is making my houseplants very happy. Thank you very much. Okay, I'm going back to my pocket because I know there was one other thing I wanted to get to. Seth Meyers. There you go. I actually listened to the video on this, and it's pretty good. Yeah, smart ass. Okay, from the daily.com. That's a double dot. Seth Meyers is getting late night right, and no one is watching. which really, really sucks. Yeah, this is the other one I wanted to get to. I talked about the assholes on, ow. Ow. Sorry. What? Oh. You guys are crazy. Okay, back to on a recent episode of Late Night, Seth Meyers had a new target in his sights. Martin Shkreli, which this smirky, smug little asshat. I mean, he looks like an evil Howdy Doody doll, I mean, he does. And fucking smirky ass. I'd love to just smack that smirk right off his face. Say that 3 times fast. That. 3 times fast. Apparently, the controversial pharmaceutical CEO and perennial internet punching bag, which punching, nah. I'm thinking, lots of people might give him a pat on the back. I'm thinking smack upside the head because location. There are plenty of ways that Meyer could mock him, and he did. But while some late night hosts might just move on to the next joke, Myers went on to make the bigger point that Shkreli was far from the only person in pharmaceuticals who is price gouging drugs astronomically. Because they're major assholes. Astronomical. It's the sort of politics-laced hot take that Myers has become known for in 2 years since he's joined the exclusive, albeit very diverse, late night club. The hosts have changed seats more than a dozen times in a 2-year span, affecting nearly every available spot with the exceptions of Jimmy Kimmel Live and Conan, which I really don't watch either one of those. But sharp interviews and political know-how set Myers apart. A political spin might rake in only 1/10 of the number of viewers as the game of musical beers with Ryan Reynolds and Katie Holmes. So where does that leave late night? I don't know because I don't watch any of that shit because I don't have cable. I don't have Dish. I don't have any of that shit. I have Netflix and the internet is what I have. The late night landscape, now that everyone has settled into their respective shows for the most part. Trevor Noah is only a few months into The Daily Show. Samantha Bee only started her late night reign with Full Frontal on February 8th. And Chelsea Handler's Netflix talk show is coming later this year. They have to figure out how to bring in and keep that audience nightly or weekly. But the current crop of hosts have a bigger task on their hands that their predecessors never had to worry about. It's not just about ratings anymore. You have to go viral the next day, too. They're all playing the same game, and some are better at it than others. Jimmy Fallon is largely known for his variety sketches and celebrity games, and he's easily beating everyone else at it. Jimmy Kimmel does pranks and mean tweets. Stephen Colbert, free from the right-wing persona he embodied for a decade, is sharper and looser on a new show where he may still be trying to find himself. James Corden has combined variety and a Graham Norton-esque couch for all of the guests to sit and chat at once. Noah has tried to both embrace and shy away from Jon Stewart's shtick with mixed results in his first few months behind the desk. Larry Wilmore brings a panel in to debate the topic at hand, and Conan O'Brien is the same as always. But he's at his best when he gets out of the studio. Bill Maher has been praised for real time for years, but oftentimes his achievements are overshadowed by his offensive and Islamophobic comments. Oliver has turned the explainer into an art, inspired real-life changes, and regularly gets people to watch a 15-minute plus infomercial video when the mere idea of it is an onion punchline, which is a minor miracle in and of itself. And Myers? He's a little harder to pin down. In the 2 years since he took over late night, he's done something that nobody really expected. He turned it into a place people went for their news. Made a show that's particularly anti-late night in every way. And become a terrific interviewer right under our nose, and with the odds stacked against him. And with the 2016 election in full swing, it's a hell of a time for him to come into his own, too. But more people tune into carpool karaoke the morning after than will tune in for a thoughtful interview with a candidate. Myers is the late night host we need right now, but not the one we deserve. Just look at the stats. The top 15 videos are a good indication of what other hosts' thing is. For Fallon, you'll find the lip sync battle, Big Whoop-De-Doo, the segment Not the Show, and Wheel of Musical Impressions. Aside from a couple of buzzy interview clips and Kevin Hart riding a roller coaster, they all have a musical element or nostalgia. Same with Corden, whose top videos are almost exclusively carpool karaoke segments, with the exception of 2 One Direction videos and a bit with Tom Hanks. His drive with Adele created the most viral video since 2013. And then Kimmel's most successful videos are mean tweets, YouTube challenges, and the Captain America Civil War trailer. Oliver has explainers, a major dealing in American politics. O'Brien's a mix of remote segments and buzzy interview bits. Both Noah and Wilmore's clips are featured on Comedy Central's YouTube channel, which is mixed with other shows like At Midnight, Key and Peele, and Inside Amy Schumer. Oh, that's something I really didn't want to know about. All of these hosts have dozens, some even hundreds of videos with more than 1 million views. How many does Myers have? 18. Yeah, I watched the video. It was actually pretty damn awesome, I thought. He's got the fourth best ratings of late night shows on broadcast channels behind Fallon, Colbert, and Kimmel, who all air an hour earlier than Myers. And according to the latest tally, but that's not the reflection of his online numbers. Oh, yeah? His show has the least amount of Facebook likes among the hosts in broadcast, even behind Corden. Only the nightly news, which started nearly a year after Myers' late night, has lower numbers. He's the only late night host to have less than 500,000 YouTube subscribers. Well, I subscribed to him after today. And that's even counting when Myers plays the viral game. The majority of his top video features follow Saturday Night Live alumni such as Maya Rudolph impressions, a revival of Really? From his Amy Poehler's Weekend Update, Bill Handler's SNL impressions, and the Game of Thrones trivia game, which I actually saw a video of Donald Trump's face superimposed on a Game of Thrones thing, and I about puked. I mean, it was just so freaking stupid. Apparently, his most popular segment is an example in line with what other shows are doing, a sketch about bringing Jon Snow to a dinner party. The other one among the top 15 is a trailer for Boston Accents, which that would be funny. But unlike other hosts, his most popular videos aren't as great of a showcase of what he does best. Late night has always been weird. Yeah. Letterman first had the show in 1982, and the show's had 3 more hosts since then. Each one brought something to the table that no one else in late night TV was doing, with less of an audience watching. It started at 12:37 a.m. after the early show's audiences went to bed, and the hosts have a little more creative freedom. I do like Craig Ferguson. I do like him. I have watched some of his stuff on YouTube. Letterman, noted back in the 80s to be an acquired taste for audience, brought out gags and wasn't afraid to drop the politeness with a guest, making fans of pretty much everyone who came after him in the process. O'Brien had recurring sketches and guests such as Masturbating Bear. See? A theme. Yeah, it's a prominent theme. Triumph, the insult comic dog, which, wow, I've never seen that one. And putting Abe Vigoda through everything. That doesn't seem funny at all. Any given episode of Late Night, you never know what you might see. Celebrities will always come and promote their film, yada, 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 yada. So, Myers semi-regularly talks to authors about their books on the show, and not just household names. Like the Wall Street Journal noted back in July that Late Night has morphed into something of an intellectual salon, with Myers sitting behind the desk because he brings in authors as well as celebrities and politicians. Just a few weeks ago, he had Sana Amanat, Marvel's director of content and character development and the editor of Ms. Marvel. He geeked out about Secret Wars and the comic event. Let's see. I'm trying to see where he gets to, because really the video is absolutely awesome. I mean, he just I'm scrolling because it's like, okay, let's get to the shit that he said in the video, because what he said in the video is freaking awesome. So, okay, where is it? Damn it, I'm scrolling, and he's not getting to. It's all a bunch of blah, 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 yada, 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 and a shitload of videos that I'm going to have to watch a bunch more of these. Oh, hey, he does a closer look on Trump's false claims. Well, I am going to have to watch that one. And a closer look at the Flint water crisis, and a closer look at Planned Parenthood indictments. Okay, yeah, I know what I'm going to be doing once I get done on the radio. I'm going to have to keep this link open, because, yeah, there's quite a few videos there that I'm going to have to check out. I listened to one. Yeah? You like Triumph? I know, it really does. No, it's not Mike Myers. And yes, Bill Maher is still alive. I know, it's crazy. And he has done this flippy floppy thingy back and forth so damn many times. Because I used to like Bill Maher, and then I didn't like Bill Maher, and now I'm back to almost kind of sort of not wanting to punch him in the face, Bill Maher. It's weird. It's crazy. I'm just going to go ahead and share this. But this is, it's not, Seth Meyers. That's who it is. Seth Meyers. And he really does, yeah. I like what he's done. Let me put this over on World Truth as well. Yes, Lino? You going to keep calling me Elizabeth? Darling? Elizabeth, that's a biggin'. Yeah, I remember that. Am I still wanting to go to University of Connecticut? Certainly. We going to stand on street corners? I am not putting a mattress on my back and roller skates on my feet. I already found out that just don't work. I just don't make any money. I went broke because I had to pay people, and that was just to get them to push me down the street because freaking wind kept catching my mattress, and it's like big old sail. Okay. Never mind. Like you really needed to hear that. Huh. Okay. I really wasn't, prepared for that big long diatribe. I read a little bit of it, and then I watched the video earlier today, and I thought, I like this guy. This should be good. I didn't think it was going to be that big-ass long diatribe about everybody else in God's green earth. I could care less about everybody else. Okay. Oh. Thank you, Larry. Larry just sent me a message that I really, really kind of sort of needed to know that. Thank you very much. Okay. I'm going to go Farkelsteinen again. I don't know. I may even go, what? Let me see. Get bear farked? No, I don't want to get bear farked. Oh, wait a minute. What does that entail? Ah. Okay. Well. Alrighty. The FARC headline is, what does God need with plumbing supplies? I'd like to know that as well. Is he getting ready to do another Noah thing? And I didn't get the memo? See, I'm going to hell. I told you. Apparently, in Salisbury, North Carolina, police said that a woman who identified herself as God was caught smashing a window at the Southwestern Plumbing Supply Store on South Main Street earlier Wednesday morning. According to a police report, Salisbury officers J.S. Lackey, well, ain't that appropriate, and J.C. Easler had finished a traffic stop at the intersection of Main and Thomas Streets when they noticed a woman in front of the plumbing supply with a large metal rod. That was her staff, don't you know. The officers said that they approached and the woman swung the rod, breaking the window and causing approximately $400 in damage. That was her staff, damn it. Officers said that they quickly apprehended the woman and noted that there were an impact wrench and power drill on the sidewalk next to her. There were an impact. Where'd you go to school at there, sir? I think that's supposed to be where there was, not there were. Frickin' public education people. Jeez, so Pete. I mean, I fuck up with shit on purpose. But I do it on purpose. I know better. Really? Seriously? You gonna put that shit out there for God and everyone to see? There were an impact wrench and power drill on the sidewalk next to her. Did you say that word because it rhymed with her? Is that what that was? Apparently, when they asked for her name, the woman replied, I am Sonia Salgado. I am God. Okay, maybe someone calls you their goddess. I don't know. Let me scroll up at that page. No. Okay. Sorry. Never mind. Don't do anything for me, hon. Apparently, she's from Baltimore, Maryland, and she was charged with breaking and entering and vandalism to real property as opposed to vandalizing imaginary property, or, because she's God. They had to say it was real and not like mythical or spiritual or something like that. Apparently, her bond was set at $1,000, and she has a court date set for March 21st. So, see, God is a woman. And she carries a really long iron staff that's apparently a large metal rod that she uses to break windows. Apparently. Noah? Is she doing something that I didn't know about? Who made her cry? Did somebody make... What? What? Mean Trump supporters did that? What? Huh? Not another one of those. Is there really? Submit. I'm not going to submit to any of this shit. Submit my dime. Oh, God, not another one of the... Shit. Not one of them. I'm not. Didn't I see her do one of these videos before? Like quite a while back. Picking on Michael Jackson or I don't know who they were. Picking on some celebrity and she was sobbing her eyes out. Oh, there's always someone that's sobbing their eyes out. You're picking on my hero. Oh. Wah. Wah. Someone needs to call an ambulance. That's all there is to it. Did I share it? Yes, I did. Okay. Oh, well, yeah. Okay. Alanis Morissette. I could see that. Yes, Lino. Um, oh, you supported Trumpelstiltskin, huh? Well, I'm happy for you, Lino. I'm not going to say what just ran through my mind because yeah. I'm just not going to say it. Oh, yeah. Oh, crap. Oh, shit. I just looked at the time. Guess what? I am out of time. So, y'all have been listening to Grammy's Rocket Chair here on World Truth Radio and RealLibertyMedia.com, Channel 3. Like how many licks it takes to get to the Tootsie Roll center of a Tootsie Pop, which I'll bet it doesn't even take that many anymore because they're tight asses. I'm also on the WorldTruth.org Spreaker channel. I will be back Friday evening, same wacky time. For the Freaker Friday edition, I will be kicking off the evening festivities, but earlier in the day at noon, Mr. Easley time, 7 Denmark time, or noon Central time, will be This Is No Time for Rational Thinking, which I'm thinking anytime I'm thinking is there's no rational thinking going on. So there. In any case, that will be Friday. And then I will be on 7 o'clock Central Time, which is 8 o'clock Eastern Time, whatever, I don't know, way late 30 Denmark time. Friday evening. Atrax will be coming up right after me, and then Grimner and Moose Girl with the Freakers Ball. So, until then, y'all have an absolutely awesome